Hello everybody, welcome back to the FM24 Youth Academy Challenge. No, it's not. It's the European Journeyman Save. It's the transfer window. This might be part one. I don't know how long this is going to take. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and the season is over and we are going into the transfer window. We are on the 15th of June and the transfer window has just opened. So Adam Peter Farkas has joined us. And he joins us from Ferencváros. He actually joins us from their second team, where he had 6 assists, 3 goals in 27 games and got a 6.98. Now, they play in a non-league Hungarian league, but they do have all their data in the game. So we can, see what they've played, how many percent passes and stuff like that he's created. The only thing I have is that when he now joins us, it seems he loses his data from that season. Which is a little bit irritating, but we can find it other ways. But we did look at him last time. 6'2", ball-winning midfielder. Looks like he's going to be pretty good for us. Really loads of determination. Lots of pros, not very many cons. Very happy to have him on board. But that's not why we're back, obviously, to talk about Adam Peter Farkas. We're here to start the transfer window and how we're going to do it with a attributeless save. If you haven't followed me playing an attributeless save before, when I did one on Twitch with Brighton, then this is all going to be pretty new to you, I imagine. But how I do it is like this, with lots and lots of data. First off, we know we pretty much want a goalkeeper, I would suggest. Now, this bit of data that I've put on here is pretty useless in terms of goalkeepers, I would say. It's more in the search thing. What we're actually going to do is just completely come out of this one and we're going to go squad view DNA like this, so we can just keep this a bit more in our focus, right, for the DNA in the squad. Our 3 goalkeepers, Balanat Smoza, Haller and Gabriel Melli, have all flattered to deceive, I would say. They've all let in more goals than they should have done in their careers. Hal hasn't played many games. Smola played the most and Melli came in at the back end of the season. But other than that, yeah, there's not much to go on. We will be in the market for a goalkeeper. And then generally, we're just looking for good performing players in all positions and we'll make them fit our tactic. Generally, that is what I'm going into with this transfer window. Some news then. Beres is not going to come back to us on loan. His club did not want to let him come back. MTK did not want to let him come back on loan. Marcel Zernic, we barely played him, and I think he was brought in as a backup. He played as a backup, and when he played, it was pretty rubbish. So we're probably not going to get him back on loan. Norbert Sess is the most disappointing one. He turned down our contract and signed the new contract with his parent club, and they're not letting him come back on loan. So it's going to be, we're losing Sess, who I wanted to keep hold of, Beres, who I wanted to keep hold of, and we've got a few contracts expiring and stuff like that as well. And I'm not too worried about them. Winkler's got another deal, but he's got a 45k release clause, and his value is now worth more, and the press were banging on that someone might be interested in him. There's nobody interested in him, so he is still here. We're going to let Bence Gajarin go, the 33-year-old. He's getting on a little bit now. I think we can find someone to fill in on the wing for us. He came in, did really good on his 1-year contract, but we're not going to renew his deal with that. And the only other people expiring, I don't think there's too many. Dominic Varga is a youngster that we sent out on loan. He's agreed to go to BVSC rather than stay with us, so he's going out. And then we got, the loanees are finishing. And that's about it, really. Adam Yoza is, I think, coming back to us. Contract details. Yes, he's got another year on his contract with us. And Barnabas Nagy is a striker who the AI signed before we joined the club. Oh, I don't want to go into contract negotiations. I wanted to just look at your contract. Contract details. He's got another year with us as well. So we're going to see how that goes. Now, I've accidentally gone into contract details, so I've got to say walk away. But yeah, let's go first up and see if we can find a goalkeeper. Now, I said at the beginning of the save, we're not going to be using the player search function. What I meant to say, and correct myself, is we're not going to be using the player search function by picking attributes, because the attributes I can pick can still be determined by a number. As you'll see here, if I go for corners, I can then still use it as a number, which isn't correct, obviously. But we're still going to be able to use this to narrow down what we want to do. Or, in fact, we're actually going to be able to use this. This search bit here is much easier to use. So we'll be using this and going through what we want. Now, goalkeepers, there's ways you can sign it, right? Name, reputation generally makes a better goalkeeper. Data and attributes, which we're going to try and use for our goalkeepers, and then looking at our attribute sort of roundness of the circles and finding one that we think would be pretty good. First off, what we're going to do is actually look at it through attributes if we can. Now, I'm hoping that this is the right one where I've got my goalkeeper one. It isn't. Have I got... that's FM24. If I go custom and then CLF data for 24. There we go. This is the one I want. This is my goalkeeper column. It basically goes goalkeepers, strikers, midfielders, defenders, but don't ask me why I set it up like that, but I did. What we're looking for is expected goals prevented being very good, or their save ratio, the amount of shots they have that they save. So, for example, you've got these guys here, right? 100% shot saves, but he's only played starting as one game. He started one game for his club. So what we need to do is come into here and go add conditions, go for club. No, not club. We want to go... It's been a while since I've done this, but where is... Is it under scouting? Is it under stats? I can't remember. General stats, general appearances. There we go. Right, appearances. And is at least, I would say, like 20, maybe 15 if we can't find somewhere very good. But I'd say 20 appearances is probably a good number for a whole season. They will knock it down to like 18 because that's about halfway, isn't it, for our seasons. And then what we want to do is have a look at who has been performing very well as goalkeepers in there. So while we're doing this, let's just expand all of these so we can see what's going on in terms of what we're looking for, and we can go through each sort of column and see what's going on. So obviously, expected goals prevented per 90 minutes. How many the goalkeeper has actually conceded so far this season? And what have they conceded per 90? What is their expected save percentage? And what is their actual save percentage? So a goalkeeper massively outperforming its expected save percentage is generally a good goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that's got a very good expected goals prevented is generally a good goalkeeper. Someone that's got a minus number in their expected goals prevented is generally pretty rubbish and will go in tow with save percentage being worse than expected save percentage. My dog just wants to get out of my room, so I'll be right back. So we're looking for someone that has played a minimum 18 appearances this season. This is only this data is only from this season, right? And we're looking for someone that has generally got a very good save percentage against their expected save percentage. So this guy, who has played 28 times, has a save percentage of 100%. So that's incredible. He's got 100% save ratio of 100%. But he's also conceded 14 goals. So if he was expected to save it, he did it 84% of the time. Z Canto, he lost possession, and that's all we can see from this. He plays in a lower division, but 28 appearances, 48 conceded. Let's have a look at his goalkeeping. So, I mean, yeah, his expected goals prevented there is 0.02, and expected goals prevented here is 0.66. So I'm not too sure why that doesn't align. I think this is taking in every appearance in the league, every appearance this season, whereas these take in the league only, obviously. I think that is what it is. I think that's how it works. But yeah, can we see here, if we go into his history, because Sauna, 27 appearances, so 27 appearances, conceded 48, one in the cup, and he's got one clean sheet in 27 appearances. Conceded per 90, 1.78. Average rating 6.56. So if we look a bit deeper, he's actually not very good. Which is also there as well. The average rating is also up here. So although he's got a very good save ratio, I've got a feeling save ratio might be bugged. So we might go for XG prevented. Who is this guy? Is saving 11. He saved 11.57 more goals than he should have done. Oh wow, he saved his team conceding 11.57 more goals than they should have conceded. In 34 games, an expected save ratio of 90%, a save ratio of 75%, conceded less than a goal a game. Kirali in the Hungarian lower divisions, expected goals rating 0.34, clean sheets 0.35 per 90, possession 1, 5.5, possession lost 5.5. Passes completed, not brilliant, no progressive passes, 0.94 conceded per game, and 2 saves per match. 34 appearances, 32 goals conceded. But looks like he could have good handling, good reflexes, good rushing out, and good command of area. So not dreadful. 20 years old, listed for loan, and a 6.81, but not playing in a division. Although I'm going to assume that was for loan. Is he at... Where actually is he? He's at Bahornavetti, who aren't in it, who we don't know too much about. Now, obviously, we can go and look at a bit further afield as well. So we do have a bit of money in our scouting range. So we'll open this up to Eastern Europe as well, include them in here and just see who else pops up. Because obviously we have lots of other national leagues loaded. So we should have quite a lot of data in here to look at. So I think we're still going to go with someone who's got... I'd like to have a really high save ratio, but... Right, let's add it into here then. Let's go add stats. And will it be chalkboard stats? We'll go our goalkeeper's in here. This is the saves. Yes, right. Expected goals prevented in the season is at least 10. I mean, that will give us a very load of good goalkeepers that are making lots of saves. And then we'll go with... shots, we'll go... No, sorry, saves. And then we'll go... Expected save percentage is... I expect... Why can I only put an actual figure in? That's very annoying. Okay, we'll scrap that one. Chalkboard saves... save ratio is at least... What? 90%? If a goalkeeper's saving 80%, we've got one goalkeeper who's got an expected save ratio of above 80%. No, his save ratio is above 80%, who's played at least 18 times and has presented 10 goals for his team, is this 6'5" Romanian, Raul Avram, from 26 appearances. I mean, they are top notch. He's 31 years old, 6'5". He is one of the best goalkeepers for goals conceded, one of the best goalkeepers for expected goals prevented per 90. Throwing is decent, rushing out, reflexes, kicking and handling. I think we get a scout report on him and see what our scouts say. Only conceded 15 in 26. He's playing in a pretty rubbish league, but we're also in a pretty rubbish league. And he's done it back-to-back. 13 in 24, 20 in 24. So he is a pretty good goalkeeper by the sounds of it, or by the looks of it. And he has had a bit of experience in other divisions before we have this data. So that's one for a goalkeeper that we can look at. So if we then drop this down to 70, we get a few more people in here. So again, we're sort of looking at prevented XG to start with. So expected save percent 87%, 73%. That's okay. That's not too much of a difference. 89 to 79, 10% difference. That's 9% difference. He's saving 12.67. Conceded 22. 6'1". P. Kulibric in the Serbian lower leagues. 27 years old. Saving, yeah, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Kicking, reflexes, handling is very good in there. He's got 19 conceded in 30 with 12 clean sheets. The season before that, 15 clean sheets in 30, conceding 18 with a 7.02. So again, it's non-league, but he could make a step up. He could make a step up potentially. So we'll keep... We've got... So that's those two being scouted. We've got 89 to 7, 10%. I mean, missing 10% isn't too bad, but he's out to 4 to 7 months with a broken ankle, so that's going to be pretty rubbish. This guy is, 14% off, so but he's done okay. He's in Liga 2 in Romania, which is one above the last guy we looked at. But yeah, he's not producing a lot other than his expected goals prevented. Reflexes, rushing out, throwing, kicking, looking okay. He's number 5, which is just bonkers. Conceded 12 in 21, a 7.18 in League 3. Got promoted and conceded 28 in 23 on a 6.61. So struggled going up a division. I wonder how League 2 or Liga 2 in Romania compares with us. So if we just go league table like that, profile, I want to look at the league table And I want to see that little graph that's like, oh yes, this is where it ranks, but we can't see it. So the Liga 2, this is a bit of a convoluted way around to do this, but I wanted to go Europe and then... not a club list. I want like... What is it I want? Rankings? No, I don't want rankings. I want... Oh yeah, qualification places. That is what I want actually, isn't it? Romania is up there. There's all competitions, leagues. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So the Romanian second division is probably going to be pretty low down, isn't it? Let's just come through here until we see Romania. That's the easiest way. Romania there. League 2 is 70th. Yeah, it's gone up 8 places to 70th. And Hungary... Is Hungary... I'm going to assume our division is going to be below it. By quite a long way. That's the Nemezet Banjakong 3. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe the second division of Hungary isn't as bad as I thought. As we look through, there's Hungary. The Merkitant Bank Liga. Is that R1? That is R1. Okay. So we're 65th. So we're a better division than the Romanian League 2. So that's something to remember. So anyone coming into our division from Romania League 2 is going to have to make a step up to a tougher level of football, so to speak. So we do have to keep an eye on that. As you can see here, we're getting a lot of lower divisions, 4th, 3rd division, things like that. So what about if there's... Is there anyone in a sort of reputable division? Now, this is where it might get tough. So let's go... They've saved 8 goals and they've had a save ratio of 70%. Is there anybody here that's also done it in a more reputable league, I think we'll call it, rather than just a terrible league? No, everyone's sort of playing in the lower divisions. Okay, let's drop that down to 5 then, with a 80% save ratio. We only get that. Oh yeah, he was the only one with 80%, wasn't he? Let's keep it at 70% and see if we get anyone else in here with a good thing. And you can see why this might take a while, to be honest. I mean, Serie D, that's still very low down, isn't it? But he has got an average rating of a 7.05. He's got expected goals per 6.99. Save ratio 73 to 89. So that's not amazing. It's like 16%. Anakura, let's have a quick look at you then. So, goals conceded, you're doing really well. Not making many saves. Clean sheets, good. Not too many expected goals. Throwing comms is good. Yeah, look, all round not too bad. 6'3". Liga 3. The EF Bet Liga. Is that the Ukrainian top division? I don't think that is. Overview stages. Championship. Is that one I look at? Ludogorets. Oh, because it's not even Ukraine. Where on earth is this league? What country is this? Where do Ludogorets play? I swear that was... Is it Bulgaria? Is this Bulgaria? Yes, it is, because Litex are there. Okay. Right, so that's Bulgaria. And I think that is the top division of Bulgaria, the EF Bet Liga. So pretty decent standard. And it's this guy. Oh, he's Ukrainian. That's what I saw. He conceded 40 goals, got an average rating of 6.59. His expected goals per minute 5.75, 72% save ratio to 89%. So not amazing. Kovalyov, Maxim Kovalyov. Again, reflexes command is decent. It's not screaming at me that he's a wonderfully good goalkeeper. He's wanted by Krumvergrad on loan. Right, okay. And then we've got a free transfer down here. Not playing at a club. Has he just been released? He's really good at keeping possession. He did keep a couple of clean sheets. 21-year-old, 6'2". It's proven tough, isn't it? It's difficult. It's very difficult. But statistically, this guy probably is the best, Raul Avram. So we are going to keep that scout going. He's 6'5", 26 appearances. He is 31, so he's not going to have too much time on his side, but he is preventing... expected goals prevented 0.49 is per 90, isn't it? That's why I was getting confused, because this is overall, and that's per 90. So, yeah, he is sort of... If you round that up, No, it can't round up. It's 0.49. So he is. If you round down, it's 0. That's interesting. I wonder, can you put in expected goals prevented per 90? Because that would be an interesting expected goals prevented per 90. So let's get rid of expected goals, and we'll put 10 appearances and say if someone got 1.5. No, so I think this could be quite a deciding factor. Who is preventing? Nobody who has made 10 appearances is keeping out more than a goal a game than they should. Nobody's doing it for 0.75. Okay, we've got a little list then of people that are preventing more than half a goal per game. Interesting. That is right. So this guy here, look at this. Save percentage, 82%. Expected save ratio, 85%. So that's a very close gap. 10 conceded, but is preventing 10.44 goals per XG goals conceded. Chilean playing in the Caponet Asensio Benson. He's 5'10", but he's got an average rating of 7.11, 7.11. Goals conceded 0.67. Expected goals for in 0.7. That's really good. That's really good. How old is he? 29. Reflexes, handling, balance, acceleration. I think, can we get a scout report on him as well? We can. See, it does throw. So the data throws up some interesting. A Hungarian under-19 National League unseeded group, which is quite the mouthful. Are you actually playing at a club? Sezio, whoever they are. 7.06 in this sort of youngsters division. I mean, that's quite a good lot of big pie charts. Again, we'll get a scout report on you as well. And there you go. That's how we're going to find our goalkeepers, by using data. And we're going to see how that goes. I mean, he is actually bottom of the expected goals prevented total. But I'm wondering if that's because he's only played 10 appearances. This is it's throwing up some interesting people to look at here. That is a lot of expected goals prevented. That's like top percentile. So we'll get. Are we scouting you? We'll get a scout report on you as well. Now we've just got to wait for the scout reports to come back and see what they say. Okay, so next on the list is I've just gone forward a couple of days, but next thing I want to sort of look for is a striker, to see if we can find a striker that wins, I don't know, quite a lot of headers and has a good number of assists. That's sort of what I'm looking for here. So again, we're going to go into stats, general appearances. We want to look at people that have played a decent number of games. Let's go 20. I think we want a striker that's pretty consistent in terms of how often they play. We also want to go for, let's go chalkboard. We want to go aerial challenges. Let's go headers won ratio and see if we've got someone that's won like 60% of the headers. Okay, so let's narrow that list down quite a lot. Okay, so there, yeah, we've got goalkeeping, defending, sort of midfield. Goalkeeping, attacking, midfield, and that's about it. Yeah, somewhere there's you can look at defenders in here. I think defenders is off the screen at the moment. But so in terms of actual goals, you need to look at expected goals against actual goals, or non-penalty expected goals against actual goals, and see if anyone's outperforming. So this guy, Laszlo Lakatos, in the Hungarian lower divisions, has scored 14.5 goals. No, he hasn't. He scored 11 goals from an expected goals of 14.5. So I'm going to rule him out because he's scoring less than he should do straight away. However, this guy has scored 17 goals from an expected of 9.07. So he is absolutely battering the net when he really shouldn't do. And he's winning a lot of his headers, right? 60% of his headers are being won. I think, is heading over here in defensive? I think it is somewhere. It's definitely more to go off the back, but it's not fitting on for some reason here. I'll have to sort that out. But yeah, he is scoring a hell of a lot more goals than he should be. He's 5'10", so he doesn't scream target man, does he? But expected assist 0.07 per 90. Non-penalty expected goals 0.22. So he's not actually expecting to score more, but he's doubling the amount of expected goals into goals. That is impressive. And he's got very good off the ball and finishing. It's just the stat you need. It is just off the ball is very, very good for strikers. It's very good. 17 goals in 40 appearances, average rating of 7.3 for Senyo. Last year, 21 in 34 as well, so even better record last year. This guy could be worth a little punt. He could be worth a little punt for sure. He definitely could be worth a little punt. This guy's got a bid on him. 12k. Which is interesting. 15 XG. He scored 18 goals. He's 6 foot. So again, not the tallest. But he's keeping possession a lot. He's winning tackles. He's got non-penalty expected goals 0.35, yet he's scoring 0.42 per game. Aggression and head. So he is very good at heading, even though he's not the tallest. Off the ball, long shots, technique, composure. Good work rating off the ball in the DNA chart as well. 10 goals in 34 in the league, 8 in 9 in the cup. So that'll be boosting his numbers as well. Has he done it previously? 13 in 34, 10 in 34 in the league. So not dreadful. It's not dreadful. And they've bid 12k for him. 23 years old. If we're going to go for him, we might have to pull the trigger quickly. But we've got a transport at 21, so we could match their 12k. We could match their 12k bid. Let's see, it's 70%, 80%. Is there anyone here winning 80% of their headers? Is there anyone winning 90%? Oh my god, 100%. They've won 100% of their headers they've challenged for. Buda Yankso is a 6 foot striker. He's overscoring his XG just. He's got an XG of 13.24 and he scored 15. But he is very much winning headers as a 6 foot striker. So expected assist 0.12, non-expected goal 0.34, scoring 0.41 a game, 3.17 shots per game with just over half of them hitting the target, winning tackles, not losing possession that much. First touch, heading, aggression and jumping is very good. Okay, let's have a quick... How old are you? 22? 7.45 this year, signing for Papa. 3 assists, 13 goals in 34 appearances. 2 assists, 7 goals in 34 last year. 15 in 24 the year before that. It's interesting. Has he just had a very good one-off season? I'm intrigued by winning 100% of his headers. The other one is 6 foot Tamas Sasbo, who is nowhere near as good in the pizza chart thing. He's never lost possession, which is incredible. Heading and jumping again up there, which is, what we were talking about for a target forward. Very good determination as well. Only 10 goals in 40. 7 in 34 in the league, 6.24. See, the average rating there is putting me right off going for him. But 7.43 average rating. I'm very intrigued by Buda Yankso. Very, very intrigued by Buda Yankso. So we'll give him a scout. See how he does. Let's look at these other ones that had like 90. They were the only two there. 80% of headers won. The other thing to do actually is look at... let's go stats chalkboard. And we'll look at passes and go... assists per 90. Is that a good thing to look at? Probably. Or key passes. Key passes per 90. Open play key passes per 90. Let's go for someone that's put in like 2. There's no one with 2. 1.5. 1.5 key passes per 90. And no, I think expected assists. I think chalkboard passes, assists per 90. I want expected assists per 90. Have I got that in here? Yes, I do. Expected assists per 90. There we go. So we're getting someone that's done open play key passes per 90 1.5 and has very good expected assists per 90 as well. So 0.31. Roland Ugari. Then we've got a few Romanians and Italian division and things like that. But we've got a few more in here. So what else could we... Let's just for now remove the goalkeeper stuff because we don't need the goalkeeper stuff in here while we're looking at defenders and that central midfielders. And that brings a bit more of this into focus. So chances created per 90, expected assists per 90. So this guy's got 0.65... Chances created 0.65 per game. Roland Ugari. Now, I'm thinking of potentially playing someone like this as like a target forward, or like bringing other strikers into games. An ex-Hungarian international. Expected assist 0.31. Pressures attempted. Tackles 1. Possession 1. Passes completed. 83% of his passes have been completed. Progressive passes are really good. Flair off the ball and dribbling and penalties is really good. Wow. Okay, this guy I think is worth a scout. I think this guy's worth a scout. So he doesn't score, but if we're only looking for someone to bring others into play, that he could be very, very useful. So let's see. Does anyone outdo him for chances created? No, they don't. So who was second in the old expected assists? Bebeto Lupeletto. 0.23 chances created per 90. 0.28 expected assists. Look at that. 0.31. Bence Pataki. Not getting so many expected assists, but is creating a lot of chances per 90. Now, could he be on set pieces? Potentially. Very good acceleration. Right, okay. Yeah, interesting. Let's go back to the expected assists per 90 then. 0.28. Let's have a look at Fedato. 0.27 expected persists. 0.14 chances created per 90. That's not huge. That chances created per 90. But he's very good for expected. 32-year-old, 6 foot. Decisions, long shots, finishing, and very determined. Again, I think he's worth... We're probably going to eat into our scouting budget doing all of this, but it is what we need to do. So, let's... What else do you want a sort of target forward to be doing? I think we should actually be going like add in. Let's get a combination of things. So let's go who's been winning lots of their headers. Stats and chalkboard. Who has been... let's go... What do I want here? I want like... Distance covered I don't think really matters. Mistakes I don't mind caring about. We've done headers. Shots per 90. Goals from outside the box. Expected goals. Conversion rate of their shots. I don't think that's a very good one to put on there. Let's go for a general stat then of who has got goals. And then, actually, no, goals don't matter, do they? Because we can look on here. We want expected goals. We want expected goals. Stats, general. And then expected goals per 90. I just want expected goals over performance. That's the one I was looking for. Right, so we want someone who is making a lot of open... I don't think we're going to find anyone, by the way. Headers 1 per... No, I wanted headers 1 ratio, didn't I? This is the problem. It's very easy to just make a little mistake. So, headers 1 ratio. Let's go for like 60% to start with. See, there's nobody that's made loads of key passes and got that heading ratio. There's nobody there either. 0.5. Nobody doing that. 50%. And then back to 1. There's one person that comes up. Amazing. Have they got an expected goals over performance? We can actually look at that here. 2.5 to 3. They have scored half a goal more than they should have done in the Superliga. Ante Zivkovic, and he's a 32-year-old 6'2" striker, not screaming goal scorer or assister, if I'm honest. Pace, strength, jumping and heading. He probably is the perfect target man. So he scored 3 goals and got 1 assist, and he should have an XG of... He's got an XG of 2.54 and 1.19 for expected assists. Shots on target 38%. That's not screaming good either. And he did really well in the 2nd division, and got a better rating, and then struggled when he got promoted. It's not screaming great, is it? Let's knock appearances down to 15 and see if that brings anyone else in. No. Okay, so let's go making at least half an open play key pass per 90, but we'll up the heading ratio. No one's got it at 70. 60. No one's got it at 60. 50. And then we'll... Expected goals over performance. Can I put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There we go. We're going to have 5 people. Okay, sorry. 2 people with 5. 21 goals and expected to get 9.2. Matey Balog. Right, okay. 20 years old, 6'2", lots of expected assists per 90. That's pretty good. Goals per 90, very much. He's 3 times the amount of goals from non-expected goals. Wow. Headers won, 6.41, winning 51% of his headers. That's amazing. 6.41 headers per 90. That's really good. Strength, pace, acceleration, jumping, heading, and finishing is good as far as we know. Let's get a scout report of him. He's in Hungary, so that's fine. And Mark Murray, who has the better average rating, again, outscoring what was expected from non-penalty goals, expected assist 0.16. Not very good with the old passing and stuff like that. But yeah, 51% of his headers won, 5.81 per game. Heading, strength, jumping, vision, first touch. I mean, he's looking like he could be pretty good. 28, so he's going to have a bit of time on his side as well. Right. I think we'll just wait for all those scout reports to come in from strikers and goalkeepers, and we'll see where we stand after that. Let me put this back to Hungary so that we don't spend all of our money and then can't go and scout players. Okay, so when you get to, if you're doing this sort of save, when you get to this screen, make a new save game file as like data log or something, or pre-change, because as soon as you press continue after this leaderboard save, it wipes all the data away. So we're going to go forward to the point where we get our scout reports back, and then when I go back to look at data for players, we'll be loading up that other save, because that still has all the data and information in it for using data to find players. That's very important, people. It's very important. And I have no idea how long this video has been going for, and I sort of want to get the scout reports back before I end part 1, but this might be part 1. I'm not sure. Stick with it. Okay, we've got our first scout reports back. Raul Avram, the 31-year-old goalkeeper from Romania. Yeah, he was pretty good. That's a very good expected goals prevented. Nearly half a goal per game is what he's prevented, which is decent. Not looking too good. I mean, he can organise his defence very well. Doesn't know the language and is very one-footed. I'm not fussed about one-footedness, but yeah, he looks okay. We'd be signing him on the fact that he's got very good expected goals prevented, so we'll keep him in there. The other one, Peter Salubric, got a D actually overall from our scouts, but I'm actually not, if I see how I mean, it's all disappeared now. His data has disappeared in this one because it means his league has reset. But his pros are ability to safely secure the ball with his hands in pressure situation, but doesn't know the language either. So I think we are going to spend a little bit more money and scout both of those players a little bit further. And then our scouts have also found Rodrigo Mordomo from Braga, who comes in looking very, very good as an option for a wing position. Now, he's right-footed, and that would allow us to then play Winkler on the left, and mean we wouldn't have to sign another left winger, because we could put Winkler there as we're losing Guerin. But 17 appearances, 6 goals, 3 assists. I'm going to assume for Braga's second team. Yeah, Braga B. But 7.53. I think we just take a punt. He wants to leave his club on a free transfer. Very agile. Just can't head the ball. And lacks intelligence. That's fine. We'll get over that. But has requested to leave. Really got flair and expected to be natural in a couple of positions. Balanced the normal personality. And a fair amount of pace. I think this is the sort of player with these sort of... that's the wrong one. Attacking midfielder is what I want. These sort of like dribbles, expected assists, non-penalty goals and goals, shots per game. Yeah, they're only 49% on target. Tackle. He's winning tackles. He's completing his passes. I think this is someone that we could potentially take a punt on. Now, if we go contract details, it's till 2026. But he's saying in his profile that he's going to leave on a free transfer. So I wonder if we see if we can get him on loan. I mean, I'm tempted just to be like, we'll give you 0. It's the sort of thing the AI would do, right? They'd give you 0. Okay, they're not doing that. So let's give him a loan. We can pay all of his money and he'll be an important player, but he's not going to play there. And I'm going to fix that in. I'm going to say we're going to pick where he plays because it'll be dependent on the system, right? Let's go. Yeah, see, now they're lowering it to 350. 300. I'll pay £300 a month. That's fine. £300 a month. We'll bring him in on a loan and then he's at our club when his contract expires. So it could be win-win. So I'm going to suggest rumours spreading that we need a new goalkeeper because we're getting intermediary suggestions and this guy's been recommended. 23-year-old Razvan Udira. Now we don't know anything about him. He did concede 41 times in 34 games, but had a decent average rating playing for Bucharest 2 in Romania. And he did make one appearance for them the season before and kept a clean sheet. So again, it could be a bit of a punt, but we'll get a scouting report of him because we don't know any sort of data on him. He's one that we could potentially go back and see if the data was there for his season last season. But apparently good agility, good pace, good decisions, good anticipation, all great things for goalkeepers. But we don't know any of his pros or all of his attributes yet. So we'll go and get a scout report on him and see what comes back. Okay, and we have brought in Rodrigo Mordomo and the fans are happy, which is good. So I'm excited by that, which is good. Okay, he's not as good as we first thought, but his pros have gone up a lot. Very good agility, very consistent. What a good player in this division as well. That's really good. Versatile. Could improve. Could be good enough for the Premier League. Balanced norm personality and a fair amount of pace. So that is good. And his wheel is pretty good. The only thing lacking is positioning, which is a defensive attribute. So yeah, I am happy with that. And the other thing that I've noticed as well is that we're doing all of this before we know what our actual squad is going to be. This date here on the 30th is when contracts expire and people aren't at the club, and we get a much better look at what is happening like in our actual club. As Honved had this guy, did all right from last year, 7.05 on 2 appearances, 6.9 the year before that. I was trying to get him in on loan, I think, previously. He comes recommended as an A+ from our scouts, but centre back at the moment, not looking too much. I want to probably play Bence and Dakic back there at the moment. We're obviously not going to talk to anyone about the press. I would love to do that, but there's no interest in them extending his loan. He was so good for us last year, Beres. But yeah, unfortunately, they don't have any interest in sending him back. But this is the big day. I always think the big day is the 30th. That's when... Oh, Alan, we've got a terrific signing there that I just completely ignored. Who was the terrific signing? Hang on. A scouting update. No. Who was the... What? Where was it? Cards. Was it this one? Carlos Lobos. Oh, no, I don't want him. No, we'll say not interested in him. He didn't move to us in the first place. We do have a goalkeeper, though. Thomas Vajna is here. He's obviously had a little bit of data still in his game. Good at jumping, consistent. Was requested to leave his team and adapts very well in situations. Player's been extremely poor in his last few games. Okay, interesting. We'll just acknowledge you. I think we'll just acknowledge all of them at the moment. Oh, Norbert Sasbo, wanted by lots of people at the end of his contract, would be a terrific signing. Norbert Sasbo. Again, we know nothing about him here. What did he do last season? 22 appearances for Uzpet 2. Got a 7.11 with 8 assists. Yeah, it's not dreadful. Lots of people in our league want him. We know that is him fully scouted, so we know everything we're ever going to know about him. Okay, positioning isn't great, but he's consistent, naturally fit, versatile, balanced personality, strength and stamina make him a decent athlete, but not very good in front of goal. That's not... can't mark... What's his tackling like in here? Tackling, aggression, concentration is pretty low, and tackling's not the best. No, I think we avoid you. I think we're going to have better options in central midfield. I'm not too worried about central midfield because I think we're okay in central midfield. If we can find one of these goalkeepers and take a risk, then we'll then have 4 goalkeepers. So I also think we need to look at our squad and be who do we want to get rid of. Can I be in a position where I transfer list all of my goalkeepers? Is that an acceptable thing to do? I don't know. Adam Varga is very highly recommended and he's free. And he's only 26. Who are you? You're a goalkeeper. Oh, damn it. He didn't play last year, so I've got no idea what you're like. No, look at that. He dreads big matches. No, absolutely not then. Yeah, okay. Because I'm also a sucker for a bargain as well. Like, I really like finding free transfers. So here we are then. People reporting back for pre-season. Lots of people reporting back in top fitness, which is good. The code of conduct will keep it the same as last season. The pre-season team meeting, we'll say hello to everyone. We'll say welcome back. That's all I've got to say, so we don't piss anyone off. And then apparently we're chasing... Oh, people are looking to sign Dakic. Wow, we don't... That would be dreadful, to be honest. Has he got a minimum fee release clause? 275k. I mean, that would be quite good for us. Yeah, he doesn't... Yes. Oh, he wants us to improve our squad. Okay, interesting. And we've got a training squad. We're going on a camp somewhere, so we'll sort that out. I would take 275k for him. That would help the club out quite a lot. And we're in that position where we still need to think about the club. But yes, if we do the training camp, then we'll go on to the dates where the squad actually sets up how it should be. So I'm just going to auto-select and let the Youth Academy products be involved as well. We're not going to talk to the press about people potentially moving. I want to just get to the point where we get all our loanees back. The loanees we've got end, the contracts end, and we get our Icelandic player in as well, which will be very, very handy. And that's where we're going to go. Because then there might be some people that we can look at going back into the old save and loading up the data and seeing if they've been released on free and stuff like that. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's going to be a long process, the transfer window, which is why I have no idea how I'm going to do it in a video. And even if this video is going to be successful or not, I don't know. Okay, but we do have more scout reports coming back on goalkeepers. Erjan Sanhueza, early signs of a very good signing. This is the guy, the Chilean, I think, maybe out in Chile. Yes, the Chilean. And good reflexes, good handling, good balance, good acceleration. He's only got one con, which at the moment doesn't know the language. He's not fully scouted, but he is coming back and looking positive. So we'll give him a full scout. Botond Lazo Radnotti is a D, but he is out of contract. Able to take charge of the penalty area. One-footed, that's not too much of a negative for a goalkeeper. Now, the thing is, we know these guys are all found through data, so we know we don't have too much of an issue in terms of that. This was Ciziol, so the really young guy, yeah, 19 years old now. Not looking incredible in terms of his attributes, but we'll finish scouting him as well. Mokyoy, early signs of a very good signing for the future. Okay, so that could be very good. Good pace. He's really quick as a goalkeeper. That's interesting. But again, we're just going to scout all of these and then make a decision as it goes. So the Zernich loan has finished. Sesh loan has finished. That is a bit of annoyance as well. Finances-wise, we're a bit in the mud, but we don't worry about that. We have signed Stiger Dijon Polarsson, who comes in very fit, good all-rounder, very good positives. We did all our scouting on him as well. He joins as another winger option, so I'm very happy with our options on the wings, which is very good. Oh, damn, they have made an offer for Dakic, so I think we're just going to go, look, you've got to give us loads, 40% and pay his release fee. No, you've got to at least pay his release fee and give us a percent. I assume they've just now paid that with it. So Condor is going to leave on a free transfer probably. Hal is probably going to leave. You're going to leave. And Ola is... Oh, Ola would be a disappointing one to leave at the end of his contract. Right, well, I've got to go out now, so I'll be dealing with these and we'll come back in the future, sometime later on in the transfer window, or when we figure out which goalkeeper we're going to buy. I'm not sure. I'll see you in a bit or in part 2, because I have no idea how long this video is going to be, because I've been doing this for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, yeah, we'll be back later.